Hey, gnomies, gnome sympathizers, and gnomish wannabes like me. Teacher Matthew here, and today on A Gnome's Home, I am reading Flome the Gnome. This is a little paperback book. It's designed for first through third graders approximately. But of course, younger children get a kick out of listening to the story as well. And those that enjoy gnomes, of course, would get a thrill of having a book about a traveling gnome. Now, on the back here, I do have a description that's a little bit more advanced for reading level, but I thought that it was very appropriate for what Flome is actually doing in the book. So, we're going to get started with that. While most gnomes stay near their home, Flome the Gnome loves to roam. He has an unquenchable curiosity that takes him here and there and everywhere. Join Flome the Gnome on his magical tale of lore as he goes where no other gnome has gone before. So without further ado, Flome the Gnome. Written by Teacher Matthew Yarnell, and illustrated, this was actually illustrated by my mother, Christina Yarnell. We did this back in 2011, I believe. And I've written other things since then. And worked on a couple of games as well. For all those who love to roam, may your adventures always bring you safely home. Flome was not a usual gnome, because Flome the Gnome loved to roam. When the sun was up, when the sun was down, Flome the Gnome went from town to town. Flome traveled by bike and by trike. Flome traveled by plane and by train. Flome traveled in the sunshine, and Flome traveled in the rain. Flome saw things that were little. Flome saw things that were big. Flome learned to play the fiddle and how to ride a pig. Flome the Gnome went near and far and gazed up at the shining stars. By dog he saw a little black flea. By truck he saw the forest's trees. By ship he sailed the 7 seas. By shuttle he jumped upon the moon. By sub he saw a flower bloom. By camel he crossed the desert sands. By foot he visited many lands. By horse he viewed the mountain top. One day he helped to cut a crop. One night he watched a big ball drop. He raced by snail in the hail, and rode a wagon on a trail. He liked to see the lightning flashes and got a thrill where white water splashes. He was carried in 100-yard dash, and he loved to dance the monster mash. Flome the Gnome was always on the go. Flome went high, and Flome went low. Flome went here, and Flome went there. Flome the Gnome went everywhere. The end. Okay, so I hope that you enjoyed that reading of Flome the Gnome. That book is available for you to read on our website, agnomeshome.com, which I will leave a link to below. Personally, I think it's absolutely amazing. And you know, something else that would be absolutely amazing is if you would take a moment to hit those like and subscribe buttons for us and help us out on our channel here at A Gnome's Home. This book is also available for your own personal gnomish library. You can pick it up at Amazon, and you can also get a copy of Flome the Gnome Counts to 12, where Flome goes on a magical counting adventure from 0 to 12. I'll leave links to both of those in the description below. But until next time, my gnomies, this is Teacher Matthew for A Gnome's Home, wishing you all an amazing day.